So what's up, everyone? I am doing one of my nightly divination readings, but I I noticed that when I was on YouTube, some of my videos got monetized. So um, I don't understand how every little piece or bit of something can be monetized. So I guess everything has to be created by a person or individual, and they have to do it by their own accord, and they can't use any other type of supposed copyright material. So this really puts a damper onto some of the stuff I do. And so as a result, I'm going to do what I can do. That is, whatever I can come up with basically on my own, since everything is copyrighted material, So I think it's overdone, and it's stupid, but you know everybody's out to make a buck, and they think everything belongs to them no matter what it is. So what I'm going to do for a while when I do my divination, I'm going to do the I-Ching. I wrote a book on it. I made these by hand, and the only thing that would remotely be copyrighted is this, but this is the Shang Dynasty dice that I had purchased, that is a replica from the original that was made 3,000 years ago. So, it's like, the Chinese don't even speak this language anymore, it's like the primitive form of Chinese. And then I'm gonna read from, once again, do my divination from my book that I wrote, that is derived from the actual predictions of the I-Ching. So I had I had a feeling it would come to this point at some period, with all this YouTube and Facebook stuff. So you really have to start from the bottom up, and it looks like I'm gonna have to either, one, make all my divination tools by hand. All my tarot cards, I have to make them all, So, anyways, that's my little spiel on the whole copyrighted issue. I think it's, like I said, I think it's overdone, and it's ludicrous at this point. Everybody just wants a buck no matter who it's from, so they're going to have monetization on everything. So anyways, everything's original from me. So all right, let's get the reading started. Okay, and I will give you guys first dibs up on this. So now you can see that the sticks are laying disjointedly. So where do we begin? Well, we begin from the bottom to the top, and how they fall towards me. So the first one is a yang. The next one, this one would be a yang also. This would also be a yang. Let's see, I'm going to try to get this as... And then we have a yin right here with the black. And then we have a yang, and then a yin. So that's the layout. I don't know if you guys can see them all clearly, but let's see. Does that help? Yeah, so I wonder if that's gonna screenshot or not, or a thumbnail. Probably not. I'll leave that anyways. What the fuck's going on with this now? Okay. All right, so now we have to do the actual writing out of the hexagram. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here, and what we see is first we have a yang. So one straight line. All right, so that's it for that one. For this one, we're going to have another straight line. And then we have the third, which is another straight line. So that's going to be our trigram starting from the first three. And then we'll go up to here, which will be a broken line. So we'll do a broken line. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to have to redo this. Alright, good thing we got that far. So anyways, yeah, with this, it's straight, oh shit. Okay, I'm fucking shit up tonight. Alright, straight, and then straight line. And then we have the broken line here. So the broken line would be right there. We have a straight line. And then we have the broken line at the very top. So that's what our hexagram will look like. Now, what we need to do after we figured this out is that we need to... Do you guys like these, or do you like it with the dice? Either way, I try to play it the most traditional and ritualistic way that it's supposed to be played. So, anyways, let's go into the dice. So that's our hexagram. What is our fortune going to change? What does it have to tell us? So we'll have to throw the dice. So, all right. So ready? What do we have there? Let's see. Is it focusing? There we go. Okay, I believe that is a 5. So it's supposed to be up like this, so it's a 5. So 5, when we look over here, what is 5? It's an odd number, right? So yangs are odd. So starting with the number 1, that would be a yang, a number 2 would be a yin. So this is a yang, and that is a yin. So we go like 1, we start actually from 0. We start from 0, which is a yin, and then we go to 1, which is a yang, and then we go to 2, which is a yin, and 3, which is a yang, and 4, which is the yin, and 5, which is a yang. And what do we have here? We have a 5. So it's going to be a 5. So just trying to teach you guys how to do this properly. Anyways, there, it's going to stay the same. So we're going to throw the dice again. What do we have? We have a 3. So 3, that's going to be the same as in from here to there, so we just do a straight line. All right, so it's looking like that from there. So all is good, no moving lines. Okay, and what do we have here? We have a 1, so that is a 1. And since a 1 is a yang number, that would be the same. So, because 1 is an odd number. All right. What do we have? Okay, we have a 6. So that is a number 6 on it. So number 6 is a even number. So what do we have? We have the same thing. So it stays the same. So this is kind of concerning me right now because, all right, we're at the 4th line of the hexagram. We have 2 more throws, and if it is the exact same, this fortune is it's pretty much as it stands. There's nothing that can change it. You know, it is what it is. So, all right. Let's try. Let's hope we get a... Oh, shit. Well, it fell down there. All right. So, I'm going to lift it up. Oh, shit. All right. So, that is a... Sorry. That is a 1. So, I don't know if you can see that. That is a 1. What is a 1? It's a yang number, and that line stays the same. I'm really hoping that this fortune changes, because if it's a bad fortune, it stays how it is supposed to. And this is a real message from the gods that need to be conveyed. So 3. Okay, we have a changing line. All right. When we look at this, that is a yin right there, and a yin is an even line. So what we threw was a 3. So that is an odd, which is a yang. So that's going to be our moving line. As you can see, I put a dot right there, so it's going to change to this. So that's our changing fortune. So this is how it looks all on the total. We have one moving line, which is kind of like, you know, sometimes you need a moving line. It's all dependent on fate, really, and the point of divination. But let's go into my book and see what it has to say about what we have to do. So we go into my book, and then we look at the chart. And in this chart, we know that the first 3 right up here are the bottom. Okay, so this side is the bottom, and this side is the top. So you would take that, and then we'll go back to this, and we'll have to match it up with these. So 2 or a broken line, a straight, a single line, and a broken line. So, and then we look up here. What do we have right here? A broken line. So we have to go to fortune number 5. So in fortune number 5, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. And fortune number 5. What do we have? Okay. All we need is just a little patience, right? Swing high, sweet low, sweet chariot. Anyways, hexagram 5 is Shu, which is patience. So it also comes under the subtitles as attending, waiting, arriving, consistency, perseverance, diligence, endurance, tolerance, and restraint. So what are we looking at in the prediction? So patience is an essential skill and powerful force in which it allows time to develop and grow an inner strength of integrity towards fulfilling a destiny. Do not rush or force results that will cause resistance and obstacles to block your course. Instead, wait patiently for time to weaken impending problems and challenges. Permanent improvements will develop by waiting patiently and allowing yourself to slowly succeed at many remarkable achievements. So far we know that patience is something that is needed. You know, patience is basically a powerful force, an essential force. It will cause, do not rush things because it can cause resistance and obstacles that will block your course. And if you wait patiently for the time to weaken these impending problems and challenges, then you will find that permanent improvements will develop through successful, remarkable achievements, okay? So when we go back to the chart, or the hexagram, we have this as our moving lines. So what do we need to do at the very top? This is the one we need to consult. Maintain order in your life. Do not react precipitously to challenging events awaiting in the future. This is the right and true direction. And so make preparations for what is forthcoming. Remain cognizant and able against any impending obstacles, and you shall not be blamed. So what do? Well, we maintain the patience, but we do not react because we're on the right direction, and we need to make preparations for that which is forthcoming. But we must remain aware and capable of any impending obstacles. But we will not be blamed for these problems, all right? So patience is the overall thing that we need to consider as probably our present situation. So now let's go into this. So what do we have here? So we see it that this is pretty much the current fortune that we're in, a patient mode. This is what things will bring in it. So let's cross our fingers and see where it leads to. All right, so it's number 9. So we look over here where the 3 bars go down, and then we only have this. So it's number 9. So what do we have for number 9? Let's hope it's good. I can only hope. We need something good. Here it is. Ooh, okay. So what do we have here? We have hexagram number 9, Shao Shu, subtle influence. gentle, indirect, understated, circuitous. I know I'm not saying that rhyme. Circuitous. Anyways, slight, suggestive, inconspicuous, indistinct, and tender. The prediction for that: subtle influences are bound to make an important impact over the course of time, in which smooth and amiable persuasion allows for for progress in the future. Sweeping or forceful actions will have an inappropriate effect, in which bold, brutish attempts at rectifying a situation can only lead to further complications. A gradual and methodical approach will slowly generate expected results, because small matters lead to future successes. So what do we have here? We need to be gentle and indirect, and we need to make small, important impacts over a course of time. We need to be smooth and friendly in our persuasive attitude so that progress will continue in the future. And anything that is brutish or bold or forceful will lead to further complications, and a gradual, methodical approach will slowly create future successes. All right. So, do you understand what this particular fortune is saying? It's saying that, first off, we need to be patient, about what we want to achieve, our goals, our aspirations, our need to prosper and be successful. So we need to consider these factors of being patient, developing an art, I put it. So you need to develop an art. When you see a cook or you see an artist, what they do is they develop a skill or an art that might look at first like a one-trick pony, all right? But through those efforts that are slow and methodical, that people can appreciate, that through subtle influences, you will make a larger impact for future success. So that's how I see it. It's all about, what is it, the tortoise? Here, I got two adages. I always say, not craft, but craftsmanship, all right? And the tortoise and the hare, that story. So it's a story about a tortoise or a turtle that slowly wins a race, even though the rabbit is much faster and can go after things quicker, but the rabbit was lackadaisical and lazy about the whole situation, so the turtle ended up winning the race. So that's what I have to say. So, all right, so work on craftsmanship, not craft, and remember that the tortoise does win the race. So this is what the fortune, I think, is saying, honestly. You can't get any more legit than what the hexagrams are telling us. This is purely by chance. It's not by patience is not easy, Robert. I'm sorry, I didn't see that, but yeah, Sometimes patience is the best method. So there's this concept in Asian societies where the older you get, the better you become, more seasoned, more experienced, better at a skill. Where in the Western society, this is what we like to do in Western society, because this is how we see things, all right? When you're young, you're gung-ho, you're busting out records left and right, you're doing all this, you know, you're like the new star, the new up and coming, the new genius, you know, everybody wants a piece of the prodigy. So, you know, and then we rush them through really young, and then when they get to a certain age, they burn out and they have nothing left to offer, and oftentimes it results in destructive behavior. I mean, you tend to see that among big celebrities and, you know, musicians and artists. Like, my favorite artist was Alexander McQueen. I call him an artist because, to me, he created art, you know. He didn't create just clothes. I mean, he created art. Shit was like in the fucking Metropolitan Museum of Art. His, he's left a legacy in history. He's put history there. So we burned him out too quick, though, and so he killed himself. So we need to take a lesson from that type of mentality and understand that as we grow older, we also have more things to offer throughout our time. That old people and older people have something valuable to contribute to society. They've lived a longer time, they've seen things, they've experienced things, and they know what life is about a little bit more if they're still around. So anyways, that's my little spiel. All we need is just a little patience. You know, anyways. I hate the way I sing. I sound like a fucking billy goat. Anyways, no, probably not even a billy goat, but Manji, and you guys have a good night. See ya. Bye.